guys, and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got a Samsung Galaxy S20, the successor to the last year's Samsung Galaxy S10, which I will compare it to in a second. And yeah, the device itself looks really premium with these three cameras on the back. We've got a power button on the side, volume down, volume up, a microphone and a SIM tray plus memory card tray on the very top. And then we've got the Type-C on the bottom. Obviously there is no headphone jack. Well, obviously, unfortunately, not obviously, there is no headphone jack, so Bluetooth or the adapter is the only way to connect the headphones. And then we've got a 6.2-inch display on the front. So this is the S10 next to it. So as you can see, there is a bit of a difference, 6.1 versus 6.2. I do have to admit though, the phone itself feels more comfortable in your hand, and even though the S20 is heavier by, I believe, like 6 grams or something, it actually doesn't feel that heavy, that heavier. It actually feels lighter, weirdly enough, but it's also easier to hold in your hand because it's a bit more narrow than the S10, as you can see, obviously in here. So let's pull out the SIM tray to see how it works. Okay, so it's a hybrid SIM tray, which means you can either use 2 SIM cards or you can use 1 SIM card and a memory card. I wonder why they managed to do it in the A series. You can have 2 SIM cards and a memory card, but obviously it's not the case in the S20 or the flagship phones, but it is what it is. When it comes to advanced features, we've got standard advanced features as you get with all the Samsung. So you get a smart pop-up. So for example, when you're watching YouTube, you get a text message. You don't get a notification on the top. You get a notification in like a smart pop-up, like a small box in the middle of the video, if you'd like to turn it on. We've got a 100 mode, which I've just showed you a second. And then we've got the like biometrics and security, for example. So we've got a face unlock, we've got the under display fingerprint sensor, which I'm not a big fan of. To be honest, I haven't seen much improvement over Note 10 Plus. So it might be just my fingers that aren't very fingerprint compatible when it comes to under display fingerprint sensors. And it's brilliant to see that if you've seen my review of the Samsung Galaxy A51, most of the features you've got on this phone when it comes to user interface are available on the A51 as well, apart from what you've just seen, the 120 Hz screen. However, you have to downgrade the resolution to Full HD rather than QHD. So the picture is less sharp. However, obviously everything is a bit more smooth with the 120 Hz display. Now this video is recorded in 30 frames, so you can't really see that much of a difference. And to be honest, even when I tried to record it in 60 frames, I couldn't really show you the difference. So what I would advise, if you've got a chance and you really want to experience 120 Hz yourself, and you don't have an iPad, for example, with promotion or a OnePlus handset, nip into the nearest phone shop and see if you can see the 120 Hz yourself. It makes everything more smooth, buttery smooth, but at the same time you sacrifice the quality of the screen. In terms of Dolby Atmos, you still got the presets. It doesn't allow you to customize it manually like on the Sony handsets, for example. When it comes to adapting the sound, you can choose your age. This is weird. And then adapt it to your liking if you'd like to. That is mostly via wired headphones. So considering there is a lack of headphone jack, it's an interesting take on from Samsung, but yeah. It is what it is. When it comes to pre-installed stuff, obviously you've got the Samsung Smart Things that allows you to connect it to your tel, your smart fridge. You've got the Samsung Internet, you've got the Samsung Files, you've got the Samsung Health, which obviously all doubles on the native Google apps. Samsung carries on doing that. I don't know if it's because of what happened to Huawei, but yeah, just to keep their own apps. So you've got a couple of new additions to the camera system itself. One is called single shot. So basically you kind of record like a video and it saves a lot of pictures. It saves some of the videos in slow-mo and so on, so you can take them. It even puts filters for you, so it literally does everything for you. So you just go into the pub or whatsoever and you record a video, and then it saves the best takes and some of the videos out of it, make some of the videos out of it. This phone is capable of up to 30 times digital zoom, and I believe it's 10 times standard zoom. Now obviously I will show you the picture quality at the very end of the video, just after the speaker quality, but to be honest it's not that bad. However, I wouldn't recommend using 30 times zoom, purely because it just looks like zooming out on a picture on a PC. So there's nothing great to it. However, when it comes to the modes, we've got the Pro mode for the camera, which isn't anything new to the Samsung handsets, to be honest. So you can adjust the exposure value, the white balance in kelvins, which is brilliant. Currently it was only Xiaomi and Huawei that allowed you to do that. So it's great that it is there now. So it's not only presets, but you can manually adjust that. But there is also Pro Video. But before we go into that, live focus video hasn't improved really much from the Note 10 Plus. It still looks a bit artificial. But yes, let's dive into the Pro Video. So the Pro Video is making a comeback, which is brilliant, because now you can use manual settings in the video. Which wasn't the case with the previous handset. It used to be a case with the S6, then they dropped it for the S7, S8, S9, S10, and now it's back, which is great because you don't have to download Filmic Pro anymore, or you don't have to pay for it. The phone obviously allows you to record in 4K at 30 frames at 60 frames per second and 8K. Bear in mind that a minute of 8K is like 60 megs or something ridiculous like that. So yes, 128 gigs of internal storage might not be much, but do remember that you can obviously expand it with a memory card. Then you've got the scene optimizer, which tries to guess what you are taking a picture of and enhance the camera to it. Works really well, to be honest. I didn't have to even use the night mode, which I'll show you at the very end of the video. And to take pictures in low light, the phone did recognize that actually there is not much light, and adjusted the ISO, the shutter speed, and everything. So yeah, worked pretty great. But yes, recording in 8K, I mean, if you don't have an 8K telly, might be a bit pointless, but it obviously makes a better job to record it in 8K and then down sample export in 4K, because you get a bit more details with it. Obviously you still got the stereo speakers, which I'll show you in a second. But yes, to be honest, it's a really good package, and with a 4000 mAh battery, the phone doesn't actually die like my Note 10 Plus. So when I've unplugged the Note 10 Plus at around 8 o'clock, at 4 o'clock I was on 20%. This one, roughly 45%. Still nowhere near an iPhone Pro Max, 11 Pro Max, which is around 68% with the same usage. But yeah, let's have a listen to these glorious speakers. I'm so hyped for this movie, it's beyond me. But yes, thanks for watching another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. If you've got any questions in regards to the Samsung Galaxy S20, please let me know down in the comments. And yes, have a great day, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye!